Johan, magic number 7 to clinch the National League East as the Phillies take it once again tonight over the New York Mets. So any combination of Phillies wins and Mets losses totaling that magic number, and the Philadelphia Phillies will be division champions for the second straight year. Ben Davis, Ruben Amaro Jr., I'm Michael Barkan. That means that could happen as early as Sunday. Wouldn't that be a beautiful thing? To have an Eagles win over Kansas City and the Phillies beat Kansas City and the Phillies clinch the division on Sunday night. Bucket! Okay. Welcome to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. But we should explain one thing. It's a major league team in the New York Mets. They have the last wild card spot. They're trying like heck to nail that down. They're not doing real well against the Philadelphia Phillies, but don't tell me this is a walkover. Mets are trying to win this desperately, Ben.
Yeah, they just flat out went out there and kicked their butts tonight, did the Phillies. And it's nice to see them kind of get back at the Mets for what they did up at Citi Field a couple weeks ago. They're just playing really solid baseball. The lineup is doing their thing to a man. Marsh and Kepler, they're on and Bader, sorry, didn't mean to leave you out, Harrison. These guys are on a different planet right now. And offensively, it's been so fun to watch. They made the adjustments, and the approach I absolutely love. And what else can you say about the starting rotation? These guys are doing their thing day in and day out.
Yeah. Ruben, Harrison Bader, you said in the 7th inning update you wanted to talk a little bit about him. Here's a guy who comes to Philadelphia at the trade deadline. He's batting .257. We're thinking, really? Him? What's the big deal? He's raised his average 24 points. He's now batting .281 and contributing every night.
You just never know what a player or how a player will react in one of these situations. And he obviously likes the spotlight. He likes the energy. He seems like an energy player. I think this is a team, and we talked about this a little bit before, that, very professional group of players. These guys go about their business. The Harpers and the Schwarbers and the Turners of the world, they go about their business, and they do it fairly quietly, and they do it in a business-like manner. But this is a guy that has actually got a ton of energy. He loves the juice, and I think that it was sort of a welcomed addition to this team, and he's done a really heck of a job in the leadoff slot. Hasn't done it a lot. He's getting on base. He's scoring runs. He's doing what he's supposed to do, and he's really helped him. The other guy that's really impressive has been Max Kepler. Max Kepler is a guy that, all of us had written him off. I really liked what I saw from him in the spring training, but then he was sort of platooned. He didn't really have a good feel for it. He didn't handle it all that well. Didn't have a lot of success, but he's been doing some serious damage. Really confident right now, playing great baseball all the way around, and coming up with some big hits. And this is exactly why they signed him, and he's showing why they brought him to Philadelphia.
We're going to get to Max Kepler in a little bit, but first, our Eye on the Mound, presented by PGW. Energy for all of us is Cristopher Sánchez, and he is a contender for the Cy Young Award. Not saying he's going to win it, obviously. Paul Skeens is pitching lights out again, but he's right there. Cristopher Sánchez, lucky number 13, as in wins. He's now 13-5 on the season, tying his teammate Jesus Luzardo for most wins this season on the Phillies. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, an earned run, 6 strikeouts on 93 pitches with that .257 season ERA. In last 3 starts, 1.35 ERA, and it really is about what have you done for me lately, as we know in sports. And 1.35 trumps 2.57, doesn't it?
It sure does. And these guys have really stepped up. They lost Zach Wheeler. He was the best right-handed pitcher in baseball, maybe the best starter in the last 5 years in baseball. And Phillies have not missed a beat. These guys have picked it up. Ranger Suarez, Luzardo, even Nola and Cristopher Sánchez, all of these guys have really stepped forward. It's been like the next man up mentality, and that's really impressive. Again, the efficiency of Cristopher Sánchez is remarkable. The fact that he has the ability to get ground balls. I think his last outing against I guess it was Milwaukee, or was it?
Yeah. No, the Mets.
Was it? No,
That was Milwaukee.
Marlins, excuse me. Against the Marlins was 13 groundouts, 2 flyouts. Today, 8 groundouts, 1 flyout. Pretty amazing. Getting the baseball on the ground with his sinker and his changeup. This guy's pretty special, man.
Sure is.
We haven't seen that throughout the course of the season. We just haven't from an offensive standpoint. They get hot, they get cold. They get hot, super hot, they get really cold. So, but right now it's status quo, and these guys, I think, are realizing that, hey, we found something good here. We don't like to strike out. We will hit the ball the opposite way. We'll take a single if the opportunity presents itself. That's what they're doing right now, and it's 2 a man. It's 1 through 9 in this lineup right now, whoever Rob Thomson chooses to play, and it's fun to watch.
Ruben, speak to that a little bit, because they did have the Harper home run after really it was decided. I'm fine. In fact, I prefer the station to station, the doubles, the triples, the running game versus hitting them out of the park every time. Not that I mind the home runs, certainly, Kyle Schwarber, but talk a little bit about the way they are getting their runs.
So one of the things that Topper talked about in the beginning of the season was, making better swing decisions, trying to, stay in the strike zone, not necessarily hitting a home run. I talked to Turner specifically about that. Hey, just do your job, get on base, steal bases, score runs. And I think they went through a transition in the first part of the season where they were trying to do that pretty concertedly, and they lost some of their ability to drive the ball out of the ballpark. They weren't as athletic. I think now they're starting to bring it all together at the right time, where they're being athletic in the box, they're making good decisions on swings, they're putting the ball in play, and they're also now driving the ball out of the ballpark with some consistency. I don't care how they score runs, Michael. I just want them to put pressure on the defense and the pitcher. You do that by getting people on base, you run the bases properly, and every once in a while you pop a home run, which these guys can do, and that's a nice lethal program that these guys got going right now.
86-60 on the season. They're on pace for 95 wins, 10-3 since the sweep at the hands of the Mets. And they have outscored the Mets 21-6 in this series so far. It's not 25-8, by which the Mets got the Phils a couple of weeks ago, but it'll do. Rob Thomson on this win tonight.
In 5 weeks' time, how do you think your offense, or your outfield has gone from maybe a weakness to now it appears to be one of your better strengths?
Yeah, well, I mean, the addition of Bader's really helped. And it's doing a couple of things that, he's hot right now, and so he's getting on base, he's swinging the bat, plays good defense, and it gives other guys a day off. And I think that at this time of year, I think that's beneficial to them. They did a nice job adding him.
Give Marsh a chance against a lefty there with the bases loaded. How much confidence do you have in him, and how much has he grown against left-handed pitchers?
Well, right now he's got a really good approach. He's really using the field well. So when you do that, you've got a chance to stay on the left-hander. And, I didn't at that point. We had the lead, so I didn't want to take the defense off the field. So, him, Kepler had a big hit against Soto. We just had a really good offensive night. We had 14 hits and 4 walks, and hit a lot of balls the other way, a lot of base hits. Harper with a home run. The outfield was outfielders. Were they 6 for 14 or 8 for 14? So it was a good night.
What changes have you seen out of Kepler from the beginning of August till now?
I think he's getting the ball up in the air, truthfully, and he's pulling the ball when he needs to. He's hitting the ball the other way when he needs to, and he's got his confidence. So, a lot of times when a guy comes here, goes anywhere to a new team, he puts a little more pressure on himself than he probably should. But he's in a really good spot right now.
2 weeks ago tonight, you left New York. Division lead was down to 4 games. 2 weeks later, it's up to a season high 10. You've lost guys in between that. What does that say about you?
I'm really proud of the ball club, but that's the way it's been here for a while. Is that we've lost guys, and other guys just step in and take hold of the situation. And I think that's what we're going through right now. I think everybody understands where we're at and what we need to do to get this thing done. And things change in a heartbeat. So, I'm not counting my chickens right now. We just got to keep moving.
Good to see Sanchez bounce back tonight, given the way his last start went against New York, and knowing you might see them again.
Yeah, his changeup was really good tonight. It was better than the last time, and he had 11 whiffs. he had a little trouble in the fourth inning. He worked out of it, only giving up 1 run. So that shows his poise and his character. And yeah, he had a good night.
On the note of changing things in a heartbeat, I mean, I get it. You guys take things one day at a time. You still have at least one more against these guys, tomorrow, and who knows what happens after that. But how has the table been able to been turned 180 completely from the last time you faced them?
Well, again, we take one day at a time. Short memories. Just keep moving forward. Tomorrow's a new day, and we've played well. So we've had really good starting pitching. Our bullpen's been good. We're getting timely hitting. I mean, it's the same things you always hear when a team is playing well and winning games. So different guy every night, all that stuff. So right now we're in a good place.
You preached patience with Kepler in July when he was struggling. You guys were looking at making changes then. Like, how hard was it for you guys to stick with him in your mind, given that there weren't results?
Well, again, I've talked about it in the last couple of years. You have to really believe in the back of a guy's baseball card and that it's going to happen at some point. And I talked to him right before, maybe it was after the second half, and I said, you're in a good spot. We believe in you. You're going to have a really good second half. Just keep grinding, keep working. It's going to be fine. So, and fortunately, he's swinging the bat well and playing well.
How good do you feel about where you are in the standings, not just the division, but trying to get that bye again?
Well, yeah, I don't count my chickens, so I'm thinking about tomorrow. I'm not really feeling one way or the other. I just want to win tomorrow and win the next day and win as many games as we can. So just focus on that.
Objectively as you can, of Bryce Harper's season to this point.
I mean, he's had a good season. He hasn't had a great Harper-like season, but he's one of those guys that can step forward at any time. He loves the spotlight. He's one of the guys that at some point during the course of the playoffs, because they're going to be in the playoffs, he is going to step forward and do some damage because that's who he is. Right now, I think there's at times you're feeling like sometimes they're working around Schwarber to get to him just because Schwarber's been swinging the bat so well. I can understand that. And I think Schwarber's actually benefiting the fact that he's hitting behind him. Otherwise, I don't know if Schwarber has this kind of season. But I surely expect Harper to step forward when it's time in October. And hey, he had to deal some hand injury stuff. That's very, very tricky when you're dealing with a wrist and some hands. That's a difficult thing. So, hey, he's not going to have like an MVP type season every year, but it's been a very solid season. And the most important thing for him right now is the protection of Schwarber because Schwarber's doing some serious damage as well.
Yes, he is. Let's go to the clubhouse once again. Tonight's winner on the mound, Cristopher Sánchez, postgame.
Pitch out of how much did that kind of help you through the rest of your start tonight?
Sí, durante toda la salida, cualquier intento de atacate hoy que tuvieron los bateadores, lograste pichar a través de eso y cuál fue la clave para poder hacerlo así.
Sí, mantuve el enfoque, tú sabes, estamos en la casa y nada, el plan, atacando el plan que tuvimos hoy y creo que fue exitoso, manteniendo la calma siempre en la situación.
Yeah, I just kept my focus on pitching and we're at home, so we have to take advantage of that and also attacking with the plan that we had and just staying calm. I think just staying calm and keep a composure as well.
How satisfying was tonight, especially since you struggled against them the last time?
¿Qué tan satisfactorio fue pichar bien contra ellos hoy luego de que te fue mal la última vez que los viste?
Sí, claro, eso se llama ajuste. Creo que hizo un ajuste hoy y ahí se vieron los resultados.
Yeah, of course. That's what you call an adjustment, right? I think that we made the right adjustments, and we got the results to show that.
This team is now 1 inning down, games left. This has been a tested bunch of guys, so the fact that you guys have been through this before so many times, does that keep you kind of grounded and not look too anxious as you get closer to maybe clinching something?
Sí, hemos estado ganando varios juegos y batallando, tenemos muchos jugadores experimentados, pero eso nos demuestra ahora que sabemos que tenemos que seguir trabajando los juegos, seguir jugando buena pelota y
Sí, claro, quedan pocos juegos, pero tenemos que seguir, tú sabes que esto no para, hasta que esto no termine, esto no ha parado y seguir cada día mejorando y ganando la defensa, el picheo, y creo que eso es lo que tenemos que hacer.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many games left, but we got to keep going. Like, this isn't over until it's over, so we just got to keep going, winning games and step up. Our defense, our pitching, everything. We just have to step up and keep going and keep trying to win every game.
Hello?
He's
Anybody
playing
out
like
there?
his hair's on fire. I mean, this guy, and the thing is, he swings really hard, but he's still under control. He still has good balance throughout the course of his swing.
Ruben, when you look at Harris, look at that. 2 for 5, 2 runs scored, a double hit by pitch. And by the way, the hit by pitch looked painful, right in the arch. 3 strikeouts.
He's getting on base, and it's a guy that's not accustomed to being in the leadoff spot. But, drastic times, drastic measures, and Topper's throwing him in there, and he's doing his job. Scoring runs, getting on base, that's what you do as a leadoff guy. Doesn't have to necessarily steal bases, but he can move around the base path pretty well. He runs well, and he seems to be a smart base runner. So he's done his job, and I love it. I love the energy.
Yeah. And the other thing that I have really noticed, and Ruben could probably explain this a little bit more, but his jumps in the outfield are unbelievable. It's almost like he knows where the ball's going to go before the ball's hit. And I know they know what pitchers are coming, things of that nature. But this guy, he's going. As soon as that ball's off the bat, he's going. And he's getting to some balls that I didn't think he really has a chance to. He's getting to them with ease.
I'm trying to remember now the last center fielder of that ilk for the Philadelphia
Probably
Phillies.
Shane Victorino.
Yeah, but that's going back a little bit.
And Aaron Rowan was outstanding.
That's going back before Shane.
Also, both of those guys had great instincts in the outfield, as Ben mentioned. These guys read the ball off the bat as well as anybody, and Harrison Bader so far has been outstanding. His angles are also terrific. Not only does he get a great jump, but he couples that with getting excellent angles, and he's very confident with his play. I love the little back shuffle that he works when he knows he's going to make the play and works behind the baseball and catches it with 2 hands. Pretty good fundamental.
I like that.
Jamie Moyer would be very
sound.
proud.
I like
Yes,
that.
very proud.
Darth Bader. I think it's going to work. It's going to be a big hit. Here's Max Kepler, Clubhouse postgame.
Past couple of days. Why do you think it's working so well?
I think because everyone's on board with the same goal, and everyone's moving at the same pace. It seems like even if you're not playing, if you're on the bench, people are contributing, and they're contributing as a teammate, just by cheering the guy on in the box or whoever's on the field, and just there's a feeling of everyone has each other's backs, if you're playing or not. So.
How about you personally? I mean, it's not just tonight. Obviously, you've been doing good for 20 games or so now. Like, what do you think has changed for you?
I am more aware and conscious of the pattern that I'm now being played in. So, like I said, I feel like a week ago, I figured out a routine to help me lock in when I'm off. Like today, or yesterday, for example, I was in the cage doing work that usually on off days I wouldn't be doing, to keep me locked in and just honed in on maybe just seeing a baseball visually at a speed that you would in the game. And that just helps me be ready for the game when I am actually playing.
How do they communicate, like how far in advance? Do you kind of know your schedule 3 or 4 days out? Like, are they kind of
No. It's just the night before.
Okay,
Yeah.
On the collective buy-in of the outfielders, how were you guys able to get to that point where you're all on the same page with this plan?
I think we just communicate, like human beings. I think we go throughout our day not much differently than we have in the past. We just talk like friends do. And it usually doesn't really have to do with baseball at all. It's just if there's what seems like someone there to talk to about anything, it takes a load off someone's back when it comes to work and life or whatever they're dealing with. So to have someone there to confide in is the most important thing.
Big night for you tonight, especially a game like this one in a series. Is key to this. How high is the satisfaction level for you to?
It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Big accomplishment. We grinded over in New York, and we're unhappy with what we did there. So to win a series and hopefully get a sweep tomorrow is all you can ask for the team in here right now.
And he's 1 for 2, not 1 walk, not 2 walks, 3 walks. That guy, he's got a great eye. If he's not hitting him out of the park, he's getting to first base because he can judge it. Road ahead for your fighting Phillies. They'll try to sweep out the Mets tomorrow, Thursday. We do not have that game. That's a Fox game. Then Kansas City comes in. Reminder Sunday, Kansas City Royals versus the Phillies. Eagles against the Kansas City Chiefs. Hopefully it's a Kansas City beatdown. At LA on Monday. And then the Arizona Diamondbacks after their first day off in a long time for the Phillies. And then the Marlins. Jesus Luzardo trying to come back from a tough outing against the New York Mets 2 starts ago, 4 innings pitched and 4 earned runs, and he wants to avenge that. He'll go against David Peterson. Okay, I think they got a good shot to do it. You?
Sweep them out. Why not?
All right. Sweep them out. Rube?
Yeah, I agree. David Peterson gives him a little trouble.